Hey guys, it's Peter back at Faraz Auto Sales, and today we got a very special 2019 Lamborghini Huracan Spyder Performante. This is a limited production amount of these, and they are going to be hard to find in the near future. Let's take a look at this thing. They didn't technically label this as a limited edition vehicle, but there was just shy of 2,000 units made combined with the Spyder and the Coupe. The big difference being obviously the weight difference with the carbon composite. It's more of the track spec Huracan versus the non, and they boast a little bit more horsepower, about 30 more horsepower than the traditional Huracan. Anyway, let's start off and take a look at what makes this thing different than the usual. These come out with this beautiful carbon composite, which is one of the most flashiest parts about these vehicles, is that yes, they're not only functional, but they create a less weight, but they look really, really cool. All the features on the interior of this car are lightened by this carbon fiber, but it's really neat because they didn't make it like your traditional woven carbon fiber that you see. This is like kind of an exposed, less polished version. It's much more raw looking. These wheels are wicked. The big 20-inch forged wheels, super lightweight. Of course, you gotta have the carbon ceramic brakes on this car and the huge ceramic brake calipers, and this thing will stop on a dime. Coming down, you follow the wheel arch and you get that beautiful signature Performante badge that comes on all the Performantes with the Italian flag. This one has the darker features, like all the mirrors painted black, the side skirts are black, and with that white, Bianco Monoceros is the name of this paint. Beautiful, it's actually a flat white, there's no metallic in it, so it's really, really eye-catching when you see it in the sun, in the dark. It just basically shines in all types of different scenarios, but the black accents on this car, it's a really cool touch. So keep moving down and take a look at all the little intricacies of this vehicle. Now, by far, probably the biggest eye-catching feature, other than the beautiful paint scheme and the different colors of this vehicle, is how much carbon fiber is in the rear of this. Like, look at the rear splitter on this car. Also, you got the black stealth sport exhausts on this car. We're gonna start this thing up too pretty soon and give it a good rev and see what it sounds like. The V10 is just unbelievable on this car, and it screams when you get the valves open. This wing probably weighs next to nothing. We'll pop the hood and see this engine's tucked away. The only thing I think is one of the downsides to the Huracan Spyders is the fact that it's kind of a letdown when you're thinking big supercar, big V10, big powerful motor. This is all you get to see when you open up the rear engine cover. Like, this is not very visually impressive anyway when you look at the other vehicles, like the other Huracans we looked at, the STOs, the Aventadors, where you get to see this massive engine. This really shows you that you have no shot at fixing this on your own. Like, this has to go somewhere where a professional can deal with this. But nonetheless, you get an idea of what's going on. There's just tons of engine. It's all just tucked into the folding mechanism of the roof. I'm sure it all serves a purpose. And how else do you make a convertible with a big engine bay? I don't think it really makes any sense, or it's possible. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about that. Now that we're just hopping in to check out the interior of this car, it might look like this is a design the way this all the Alcantara is right now, but it's actually kind of neat because whichever way it's vacuumed or left is the way it's going to kind of show the pattern of the interior. This whole interior is basically Alcantara, from the seats, from the dash, from the roof panels. Everything is all Alcantara. Now that is an option that you can change around, I believe, a little bit. Stitching color can match your steering wheel, which of course Performante with the Alcantara steering wheel is really cool. This doesn't come on the factory Huracan. The carbon composite paddle shifters, see, this is all carbon forged composite trim everywhere. So it's left matte finish, which is really neat. It's cool to feel. You don't really have to worry about, scuffing up the clear coat on it as much. I know sometimes, like even this, it can get scuffed up in here and there, but this is really nice just with the Alcantara finish and the carbon to go with it. But it's also nice that they add in the Sensonum sound system from Lamborghini, so that's gonna give you some killer sound with the roof down. You got the beautiful, of course, Performante stitching and the bolster. I believe there's two different kinds of seats that you can also order with this vehicle. These are very comfortable, surprisingly enough. I think they come with a carbon inserted seat as well, which is kind of a little more rigid. Probably not as great for long drives, things like that, but no, this car is awesome. You have easy access to your controls right here. All your drive selections done right here. You got of course, your Stratasport and Corsa sport adjustments, adjust the sound, the drivability, the suspension, all that kind of stuff. This one also has heated seats if you're interested in it too. So I think that's a big difference between the heated seats versus non-heated with the carbon seats, which don't have as much maneuverability. These have your electronic controls on the side, so you don't have to slide back and forth with the old school mechanism that you pull your hands up. But it's a really cool car to sit in. It's much different than a stock Huracan. So it's really neat to see the differences between the two. One of the really sharp features which I like about this car is the switch from the Gallardo's navigation system here, which then again, they have gone back to throw homage on that on like the Aventadors and some of those cars, but the infotainment or your screening is all done through where you're looking, right here where your dashboard is. And I think that's super cool. Like you still have the same menu functionality, which you can go and navigate through with this knob, the simple knob here, so you can open your car features, vehicle settings, driver's assists, all that stuff. And then when you're gonna put your car in reverse, when you're seeing, everything is done by, there you go. That's just a really nifty way to link. You don't have to turn your head, look somewhere else. It's a really cool feature. Now that we got it started up, we might as well take a look at how it sounds. Yes, like we mentioned earlier, the 5.2 liter V10 engine with 30 more horsepower-ish than the stock Huracan. And of course, the weight reduction on this one. Then again, the Huracan Spyder does have a little bit more weight because of the roof mechanism, which we're gonna show you right now. This little button right here doesn't get much easier, and it's very quick. So if you get caught in a rainstorm, no big deal. You can throw the roof on in less than like 15 seconds or so. It's that easy. If you wanna come by and see any of these Lamborghinis, supercars, any of this cool stuff that we got, don't forget to come check us out here at Faraz Auto Sales. I'm Peter, and don't forget to subscribe.